So the goal of these meetups is to develop a line of communication with you all Camunda users and our developers. We are excited to host many, many more of these events. And we are always welcoming any suggestions of speakers, topics, anything that you would like us to cover, because this is your group and we're super excited to have you here. So we will have a Q&A session at the end of the meetup. So the chat is open both on LinkedIn and on this Community Camunda Bevy group for any questions, suggestions, concerns, whatnot. So we have a super cool topic for you guys today about how to build an MVP with Camunda. But first, I would like to turn the time over to Maria. She is a community manager at Camunda, and she is responsible for the Camunda Meetup program. So go ahead and share your screen and talk about the Camunda community.
Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and ask for a thumbs up. For if I did, the proverbial question nowadays, can you all see my screen? Awesome. Thank you so much for that. As Anwen said, my name is Maria Alcantara and my pronouns are she and her. And I'm a community manager here at Camunda. And I'm always happy to join one of the meetups of around the world and just talk about Camunda and its community. That's the best part. So I'm going to start by saying that the vision of Camunda is to be the universal process orchestrator for complex business processes that span people, systems, and devices. And we want to give people the power to automate any process anywhere, so businesses can transform their organizations towards a digital future where really you're delivering the best customer experiences with a short time to value, more business agility, and an increased operational efficiency. That's basically what every organization wants, and we want to help everyone to get there by using open standards to help IT teams and the business stakeholders to collaborate. And we also want to give the software developers the flexibility to use their preferred programming languages, tools, and practices, and by providing connectors that orchestrate processes across endpoints and doing it in a way that we support the growing business, right? So this is our vision, right? And because I was juggling the slides a little bit before, I'm going to jump without a middle slide straight into the Camunda Meetup program, right? And went very well described it. And just in a nutshell as well, the program is just designed to bring like-minded folks together to share, to learn, and obviously to geek about BPMN and Camunda. And the goal is just to create a safe space for you to share and to learn. And I want to show you how truly a global community it is. And a shout out again to the West Coast organizers, because you took a group and you've revitalized it and you've infused so much energy during this year. And it's awesome to see how you continue to bring this group into the forefront of the community. And of course, Jean-Robert and Emilio Giga are Camunda experts and champion as well. Happy that you're here and you can be the experts tonight. Well, my tonight, your morning, sorry about that, or wherever you are. If you're jet lagged, it might be evening, you never know. So I also want to say that I'm part of the developer relations team here at Camunda, and the team exists basically to support the developer community. And what we want to do is provide programs and assets that will help all the developers and all the community to succeed. So I want to share some of the things that are available to you and that can help you to either advance in your knowledge and simply maybe you're not familiar with them, so I will share some of them with you. So first of all, the best place to ask a question and get support from our team and the rest of the community is the forum. Don't be shy. Ask away whatever question you have there. I will leave it in the chat, in the general chat, if you're interested. I know, for example, Jean, you're sometimes there as well, answering questions, making questions, and it's awesome to see people from all over the place just popping in and helping each other. But of course, you might want something else, right? You might don't want to ask a question, you want to have something a little bit more organized. And for that, we have the Camunda Academy, and that might be something for you. It is open for everyone. It's free. It's an on-demand learning experience. You can simply join in. It's a modular curriculum, so you can decide when and where to take the different chapters. And the content is under continuous improvement, which means that if you have any feedback, we're happy to incorporate it, and we're constantly adding new material. So before, I don't know if I will get any hands up somewhere, but before moving to the next slide, I would like to see in the chat some reaction. Yes, of course, Max. So you're so right. I have here the link to the Camunda Academy. And now that Max has helped me to see that the chat is actually live, give me some hands up or an emoji, whatever you want, for if you've ever struggled with documentation or technical writing, release notes. I can see Jan nodding, maybe someone else.
Since 2017, I don't have this problem anymore.
Oh, you don't have this. What have you? How have you managed
with
to do
Camunda
that?
the last years?
Good. Well, then maybe somewhere there is a person that is struggling with writing and technical writing. We just Camunda just launched its style guide, and our awesome technical writer is thinking about leading sessions to help folks just be more knowledgeable, not only with the Camunda style guide, but also about writing technical documentation. It's not easy. I mean, some of us are not native speakers, and technical writing requires some special skills. So if you're interested in having kind of those sessions with our technical writer in the form of Q&A, or maybe something more informed like a workshop, we would love to have your feedback. It's 4 questions, so you can answer it now or afterwards. It's all good. It's just to know, as I said, if this is something that the community would like for us to do and to offer, obviously for free, in different time zones, in different formats. Because we not all of us are so lucky, Jan, to get rid of release notes and technical documentation. So another thing that we have as well is the developer newsletter. And here we have tons of information, from release information to highlighting the contribution of community members. And also, for example, the meetups that are happening, it's all in there. It's a mix of technical and developer-friendly events, let's say. And because we have all sorts of projects going around, we also have launched recently a series of user experience research programs. And we've made it in a way that we only contact people every once or twice a year. We promise no more, half an hour, very specific. All user levels are more than welcome. If you are I don't know, for example, I'm a occasional modeler. That's all I do. I love to model, but don't ask me about anything else. I could participate. If you are deep into the back end, that's also awesome, and we would love to have your feedback. And if you joined early enough, you might have heard that CamundaCon is just 1 week away, and before that, we're going to have the Hack Day. So if you're in Berlin, we would love to see you there. If you are not in Berlin, you can still join the event. It's also a virtual event. It's free, and it would be awesome to have you there and hear about centers of excellence. We're going to have awesome speakers from Decathlon, from Ernst & Young. So if you're curious, this is your chance. You're still on time. And last but not least, we have Hacktoberfest just around the corner as well. And this is a global event. And we are happy to be showcasing the community hub and all the projects that are there, all the repos that have been maintained. And if you want to attend, if you want to participate, rather, we will be more than happy to have you there. For quality pull requests, and you're there, we'll plant a tree for everyone, for every challenge completed. But if you're in for the swag, you can still ask for a cool t-shirt at the end of it, because let's face it, we all love the swag. And as I said, if you have any other questions about Camunda, its community, any of the resources that I shared here, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will hang around here for a little bit longer in this meetup, so just drop your question in the chat and I'll be happy to answer it. And with that, I leave it to the real experts of the night.
Awesome. I'm just going to introduce them. We are excited to have Jean Hobart Alves and Emilio Oliveira. Jean is a Camunda champion. As said before, he's located in Brazil and has 10 plus years of experience working with numerous technologies. And since 2017, he's been working daily with many Camunda teams, helping structure the use of BPM in Camunda microservices architecture. So we're really happy to have him. Emilio Oliveira is a technical sales engineer, senior business analyst, process analyst, user research and developer with great business expertise and experience working in the global distributed teams. He's very skilled in mediating the conversation between business, customers, and technical teams. So without further ado, here comes our experts. Go ahead and share your screen when you are ready.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Let me see. The most asked question these days, can you see my screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, now, so hello guys. As they said, my name is Jean Hobart. As you can see now, my name is Jean Hobart Alves. I live in Brazil. I work with software development since 2011. And this year, early, I was invited to become a Camunda champion. So I'm very happy to talk about these topics because I really love to work with Camunda. Currently, I am an expert in software architecture at AGI. Here you can see a QR code. If you like to send me an invite at LinkedIn, you can just point your camera to this QR code and you will find me on LinkedIn. So what is AGI? Where do I work daily? AGI is a bank from Brazil, is a digital bank. We have more than 20 years of history. We have more than 4,000 employees. And our bank is mainly a digital bank, but we have near 900 stores spread across Brazil. So we have those stores, but we have also mobile application, we have internet banking, website, ATM. These days we are selling products and talking with our customers also by WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and many other channels. We are always investing in cutting edge technologies, and we are using Camunda since 2017 as microservices running at Kubernetes. If you want to know more about Agibank, you can point your camera to this QR code and you will see more. So in this presentation, I would like to talk more about MVP, and later I will discuss how we can get better MVPs using Camunda and VPN. So what is an MVP? MVP stands for minimum viable product. And as the name says, in technology, we call it an MVP, the smallest piece of software that brings value to our customer and solve one of their biggest problems. So focusing first on the functionality that adds the most value and leaving the other points aside in a controlled way, we are more likely to not lose the so-called time to market. And when I talk about time to market, in the world of technology where things evolve incredibly fast, wasting time developing the perfect tool while taking care of all the details can leave you behind in the race against other competitors. The sooner you get your product up and running in production, the sooner you will get feedback from users and learn how best to evolve the system, as well as making a good impression on your customers before your competitors do. So, please,
Jean,
Adrian.
just to complement, it is important as well to differentiate what is an MVP and a POC. So in a POC, you're just trying a functionality or trying to discover if something can be done in the tech, but you're not focusing on having that in production. With an MVP, you're looking for production, but you're looking for what is the minimum work I can do to have it in production and start collecting feedback.
Yeah, perfect. I would describe this as POC. In a POC, I just like to test some new technology to see if this will work as I expected. But I don't expect it to bring some value to my customer. I just want to test some technologies. But as an MVP, I want real value. I want to sell some real product for my customers. So I have to take care of. I can't put something in the market, something in production that will not bring value to my customer as an MVP. So what's the different scenarios you can get value from an MVP? And we got value at Agi. So you can automate the most important part and leave the rest to be solved manually. As I said before, you have your process, your scenario may have many flows, many different flows, and you want to automate just the main path of your solution, so you can leave the rest, the other the less important parts to be solved manually. You can fully automate your process if you can, but not optimally. So maybe you have a slower API than the best API you want. You will need more 2 or 3 months to get a better API. So you can go to production with this slower solution, but you are already selling your product, you are already impacting your customer and getting feedback. And you can have too a long process. You can start today without having the entire flow developed. So say you have a product that you can start to sell today, but you will start to ship this product, to send this product to your customer in the next month. So you just don't need to wait till you get every piece of your process development. You can just develop the start, the collect data part, bring it to production, start to collect data, collect interest from your customers, and have your team developing final part of your process. And what's the benefits of doing these types of MVPs with Camunda BPM? You get easy visualization of already implemented cases. So looking at Camunda cockpit, you will see the entire flow you already had implemented. You can see the other flows that you are going to a manually solution to a human task. You will have confidence that these exceptional cases will not be missed. So if something happened that you aren't expecting, it will go to a user task, or in the worst scenario, it will get an incident in your Camunda cockpit, and you will solve it and continue the process instance without miss any data. You get easy process evolution as you learn with feedback from your customers, designing new flow deviations, and it's easy to put a breakpoint and continue the process when you are ready. So you can make your process, as I said in the last slide. You can do some parts of your process, go to production with a breakpoint, with a waiting state in your process, and when you develop it, the final parts of your process, bring this to production, and just using APIs or something like that to make those waiting process instance continuing in your new sub process. I will talk more about this in the next slides. So what's the different forms of MVP we've done with Camunda at Agi? One of them, and maybe the most used MVP at Agi with Camunda, is this kind of MVP with manual parts. So in this kind of MVP, we focus on the main path that will serve most of our customers. In an exceptional case, we just put our process on hold on a human task, so our team can resolve the issue manually without losing any data. So in this example, say we have a process to send payment to our customer, and our main path, or happy path, we want this payment to be done with success. So if the payment was paid with success, I just go to my task of complete this order and finish my process. This is my main path. I want that the most of our customers pass in this scenario. But if it happens in production that I have a scenario of error that I just didn't know could happen. Okay, so if the payment was not successful, I just leave this process instance in a user task. In this way, I can learn about the errors that I didn't knew would happen, and while solving this in this user task, and going again to complete other task and finishing those process. I have little or minimum impact on my customer because the payment will happen anyway, but I have impact in my team that will need to work manually in this task. Later, after some time, it's very common for us to learn how to fix some of these errors automatically and update our process design, causing this scenario to go to another flow that is already automated. With this feedback in production, many other exception scenarios that we thought would happen also lose priority when we see that it doesn't happen as often as we thought. So if we don't think about MVP, if we are thinking about the entire solution, your complete process flow, maybe you are designing it with many exceptional cases, many exceptional scenarios that if you go to production, maybe you will see that it doesn't happen often as we thought it will happen. So we go to production, we let those exceptional cases go to user tasks, to human tasks. And as we we discovered the most used error flows, the most errors that happens in production. We do the automation of this fix with priority, and we can then design a new flow when this specific error happens. Go to a automated fix. In this case, in this example, I have this task solve the problem automatically, and then go to the last task, finishing my process again. If another error that I didn't knew would happen happens in production, I continue to go to my user task so I can learn about new errors that I have in my process. So this is one of the most used types of MVP we use at Agi. Almost every product we start at Agi will have this kind of MVP, just to know, just to go to production faster, to impact positively our customers, and to learn the errors we didn't knew would happen. The other type of MVP we use a lot is an MVP with automated but non-optimized parts. So we already have ways to automate our entire process, but not in the best possible way. So I can remember many products that we started at Agi years ago that we didn't have the microservices, the REST APIs to do something in our process. We just have our website, our old website, or maybe a website or API of another company doing the same thing. And we can use this website to do what we want. But as it was a website, we needed to use robot process automation to open the website, click in buttons, do what we want, and then let our process flow. So with Camunda, we used the external task architecture. Our process was designed completed. So in this example, I am collecting data in a user tasks. In the second task, I have an external task in which my worker will use robot process automation to open a website, create customer at that website, and then when the customer was created, it will continue my process and go to another task of sending customer notification. This way, we had our process fully automated, but maybe it is slower than we want. In the next 1 or 2 months, I can get a better API. I can develop a RESTful API to do the same thing, to create customer much better, much faster. And then I just didn't even need to change my design, my process design. I just needed to change my worker code, which now is calling a RESTful API, and didn't need to open a website and something like that. So instead of mapping a new flow, we just update our working code to user better ways to do the same work. And the last type of MVP we see a lot at Agi is MVP with breakpoint before part not implemented yet. So this type of MVP can be used to start attracting customer interest in your product and collecting data while developing the rest of the process. So say we have a new product, we have other banks, many other banks talking about the same product and talking with our same customers. We have many banks selling these same things. But as I said before, I talked before about time to market. We need to be the first one to impact our customer. So maybe we didn't wait to finish our product to have those RESTful APIs done, to have this product fully finished, we just do the first part of collecting customer data, collecting customer interest, and then we make a waiting point. In this example, I'm using a message receiver in my process, just to collect data of our customer, say to them that Agi will get in touch with you in the next days, and this process instance will wait forever in this wait for trigger message. And in my process design, I am already calling a sub process process instance call activity with an empty or maybe unfinished process definition, which will be updated as we get our development team working in this product. And we will develop this product. We will get this in production. Once you've completed your sub-process and are ready to do the full work, you can use the Camunda REST APIs to send a message to your old process instance and have them call the latest version of the sub-process. So every customer that was stopped at that breaking point, you can have it continuing to your new sub-process, fully automated. You can have it completed simply by calling a REST API of Camunda, default ones, to send a message saying continue. It will continue. It will get the latest version of your sub-process, and now you have your sub-process fully automated. And when you are confident enough to allow the new process instance to run automatically, you can remove the waiting point and let them flow normally through the main path. So many times we want this, we want to continue with this version with a breaking point for some weeks, maybe some months, just because we aren't confident enough to let this process flow fully automated. So we let this waiting point. Many times a day, we just send the message to see if our sub-process is working as we expect. And when I get confident enough in my sub-process, I just deploy a new version of my process definition, removing that waiting part, and now you have your process flow continuing without a breaking point. So this was the three most used types of MVP at Agi. And MVPs like this have helped us at Agi to grow a lot, while also learning a lot about our customers over the last few years. And Camunda helped us to make this in secure, easy, and documented way. So what we had before Camunda was small pieces of code that, if you get in an error or an exceptional case, maybe everything that you will have is a log in your log messages, and you will lose all your data. Your customer will have to start again the process from the beginning. And now with Camunda, we can do those MVPs. We can develop and bring to production a lot faster, knowing that if an exceptional case happen, I can have a manual task, a user task to fix this, or an incident in my cockpit. And even with the worst scenario, an incident, I didn't lose any customer data. I just need to fix this, retry, and my customer wouldn't even know that this problem happened. This was all I had to show you about the three types of MVPs we are doing with Camunda. I will let it open for questions.
Perfect, thank you. So anybody who has questions, feel free to ask on the Bevy site or also LinkedIn. One person asked for those slides. Jean, is there a good way for them to access your slides?
I can send you. I don't know if I can post this as an attachment in the chat or something like that.
Hi, we can share them through slideware in the event page in Bevi. So afterwards, when the recording is ready, we can add it there. I'll tell you how, Jean. So if people are interested, just pop by in the events page and you'll find it there in a couple of days.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Maria. So I don't have a question per se, but some discussion points about the approaches. I think that the biggest challenge is to convince people that this is not adding actually manual work or adding more things for their teams to do. Either they are already doing that in another platform or doing it differently, or it's something that will give them visibility of how their process actually work and how things are actually happening, so that they can then go and fix it. Be it some integration that is still not done and you're doing by hand in the system, be it something that is slipping through the cracks and you don't know. Like I mentioned, before you guys had things in services and other codes that were just throwing logs and nobody was looking to the logs, which is a very, very common scenario where nobody looks to the, so if nobody looks, there's no problem. So that's it. And scrubbing through logs is a pain for everybody, even more than completing a task manually.
It's very common that when you get your problem visible, people will start to think that they didn't had this problem before. But no, they had this problem. It was just logs that nobody sees, nobody works on them, and your customer just struggles with your mobile application, clicking on the button, getting errors,
Yeah.
and no one knows.
Yeah, another problem that I had with another customer that is also a digital bank is that since in Camunda it was easy to see the errors and the problems, every time something happened, everybody goes, "It's Camunda's fault." So
It's
that
Camunda.
I had to check for them what was happening because it was easy for me to check. So they always threw it to me, and then I had to scrub their logs and prove that there was their errors. So that is that issue as well. That it would be so easy that they will come to you for any errors that they have.
Yeah, your main profession would be to search what errors happen at your Camunda. So, but this type of this kind of error I get a lot with incidents in Camunda. Every time an incident happen, uh, they don't know that the incident happened because of another API, another piece of software.
Mm-hmm.
It just was visible in Camunda.
Yeah,
But when
exactly.
you do those user tasks this way, I show in this slide, you can show these user tasks in a back office
Exactly.
website or something, and get out the image of the Camunda from this error.
Yeah, yeah. So usually what happens is that although it looks like we added a lot of user tasks here and now, you're just making my process more manual. No. This is already screens that you have in a back office that we are just representing here. You're not doing anything crazy in Camunda. We're not uh, adding work to you. We're just showing to you where your work already happens. And this is what we're trying to get rid of
Yeah,
when we start to automate next.
in older days, you had to, if something wrong happened, you would need to do manually all the process, not just
Mm-hmm.
this piece that got error. So now you have your process stopped at that point. You can fix just that problem, just this is the small piece of problem, and continue all your next tasks in an automated way.
Yeah, and even just by making it visible here, you can also open up opportunities for them. So as I mentioned, okay, so I can do an RPA here. If I cannot get rid of the UI, maybe I do an RPA and that's it. You get solved to this uh, through a robot automation. Or okay, if this is something that I can actually automate, yeah, I will make it into a service or a worker and make this automated. So it helps to pinpoint their pains and also their opportunities for improving their system.
Yeah, this robot process automation case I was talking at the presentation. One of them was a case where many banks in Brazil got the opportunity to sell that same product, but we didn't have an API to sell this product. We needed to sell it using government
Mhm.
website, and we had just one or two, maybe two users to access the site. So only those two people can go to the website and create this product for our customers. We have like 900 stores spread out Brazil. We sell a lot at mobile application too, website, internet banking. How can we sell our products having just one or two access to this platform? So
Yeah,
we transform our people in robots using
yeah,
robot process automation, and used Camunda to control the flow of this robot process automation. When government uh, shared with us the real REST APIs to use, we
hmm
simply changed our worker code to use these APIs, and our customer didn't knew it changed anything.
yeah. For them was transparent. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is an excellent case of an MVP that you know it's not the final product, but you do what you can to improve as much as possible at the moment. But you know that in the future, you're not sitting and waiting for 2 or 3 months for the ideal solution. You have a solution that works, it's not ideal. But as long as you remember that this is temporary and you're not stuck into your
yeah.
MVP, you are going to go back and improve it. And you know that, yeah, I'll make it better in the future. But for now, this will have to suffice and this will give us a leg up.
It, you need to take care of those technical debits, technical issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, if
Yeah,
you not documented it, you will get your MVP forever because it
yeah,
works.
yeah, exactly. It has to go back to the backlog and be checked up in the future because it does work. But for instance,
You are wasting resources, technical resources. You need to
yeah,
scale your services to just because you are
exactly.
open on website and downloading web pages.
Yeah, as long as that RPA is working at the moment, it won't work forever because it will not scale. So at some point, the government website will say, "Yeah, that's impossible for a human being to be doing this. Block them."
Yeah,
So yeah,
well, we had this.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm sure you had
but
because they
okay.
do check for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and every time the website changed, it broke our worker. We need
Exactly,
to
exactly. It's not
change
sustainable.
it. Yeah,
They change one thing, a position, and you have to go back and redo it.
yeah.
So yeah.
And this last type of MVP we are using a lot at Agi is just
hmm
to test the interest of our customers, because as I said before, we have more than 20 years of experience, but we had our focus on one type of customer, and now we have a lot of types of other types of customers. So we have a lot of new products, and many of them, if we waste much resources and human resources, development resources on them, and just don't sell, just don't get interest of our customers, we are just throwing our time at garbage. We are
Yeah,
throwing away
exactly.
time. So we are just putting our products in production while we are developing and thinking in the final product. Maybe if we didn't get a lot of interest of our customers, we can just go back to the drawing board, change everything, or maybe even cancel this product and focus on another priority.
Exactly. How this fail fast. So that if you're gonna see that this is not working, you just remove it or change it, and as soon as possible, instead of doing 6 months of development to understand that this is not the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's also a good value that is added to here.
For this kind of MVP, it's also important to always thinking about your business in an asynchronous way, because we have to inform, we have to let us our customer knows that, well, we got your interest, we got your data, and we will get in touch with you in the next weeks, in the next months. So this type of MVP, you can't have your UX, your customer experience, as you would have in a fully automated flow. You will have to say to your customer, well, your product isn't finished. You will have a notification in the next days when we ship your product.
Yeah, align the expectations of how well this will perform for them. Yeah, this will take a little bit more time now, but trust me, you get a lot farther in the future when we fully automate this.
Yeah. So let me see. We didn't have any questions.
I don't know if Nick, do you have any questions? I don't think so. So
I don't see
well,
any questions, but thanks for giving us a presentation about MVP. We are excited to continue to host these meetings and talk more about Camunda with you guys. Please let us know more topics that you would like us to share and cover, or anybody that you would like us to bring into this group. Like Maria said at the beginning, we do have CamundaCon coming close. CamundaCon will be next week, October 5th and 6th. And we're going to have a virtual booth there. So come and join us, please. Maria, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I just want to say, Max, the slides, if everything goes well, will be available probably next week. Just go into the same event page and you will see them uploaded there. I will share again the link, and we'll let you know also through LinkedIn, and we'll make sure that those are available when they are ready. And I just have a question, Jean. Normally, how long do your smallest MVP takes to build? Because that's why I was intrigued, as you say, how it's important to save resources, time, but really, how much time does it take to you to make an MVP versus the complete thing, for example?
Yeah, it's very as we have a lot of competitors in the banking industry, and many of them is a lot strong at technology. We have to get those things running really, really fast. So we had many MVPs developed at 2 days, some
Yes.
in 1 week.
I thought
way
you were
faster
going to
than
say
I
1 week.
expected.
Yeah, the last MVP I remember of a new product, that we are developing for a new way of selling our product at WhatsApp chatbot.
Mhm.
We just did it in a weekend. So
Weekend
Wow.
or week?
in the next month,
Oh, weekend.
we already was selling. We already was seeing some problems, changing our process.
Mhm.
But I can say that every customer that tried to buy our product received the product, even with a development of 2 days.
Awesome.
Wow. Awesome.
2 days. That
That
really
is
makes the
fast.
minimum highlight.
That project I was talking about, robot process automation, I can say that we did that product. We put that in production in 8 days after the first talk about the production, the product. And we already had teams expert at robot process automation, so it was really easy to get this working while we discover the APIs of that we will get that we will use to get a better product. But it was 8 days to go to production.
Remarkable. Thank you for sharing and for clearing my question there. I was thinking about that.
Thanks, sir. But don't get me wrong, we had a lot of MVPs that take
Yeah.
1 month.
Yeah, of course. But
But it's
the
not the
fastest
normal
is 2
path.
days, of course.
Yeah,
It's depends on the complexity, but
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
If we
Thanks.
Okay.
let this to next week, next months, we if you can delay some part of your process, we just
Mhm.
delay it, go to production, yeah,
Yeah.
in a secured way.
Yeah. Mhm. Awesome. Thank you.
It looks like we have a question on the chat.
Where? We do?
Max is asking
Ah.
if you can share an
Oh,
example of each MVP.
I can talk. I try to talk here about examples, but I just can't share any production detail. Uh, it's uh, it's the way it's the way things are. Don't know if we have something, Emilio, that we can share, but I just
actually,
didn't talk about any part, any complex part of Camunda. It was everything about user tasks and
yeah. So in the examples, we shared just strategies of how to uh, quickly implement three situations, right? We cannot go into details of showing a production version of the MVP, unfortunately. We have agreements with customers to not do that. But I hope that the examples that were given in the diagram can help you extrapolate how would that look in a production environment. It's basically those techniques of adding user tasks to supplement a test that you cannot do right now, or having that stop break to collect yourself. Uh, if you do need more explanation, you can hit to us and we can help you. But yeah, we cannot share something more productive, let's say. So I think that's it. That was the last question that we had, right?
Yeah,
And we are about on time.
yeah. We are looking good. Unless there's another question, it was great to have you guys, and we look forward to seeing you all soon in a following West Coast meetup. Thank you, Jean and Emilio, for sharing, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Hope you like it. Bye
thanks
bye.
Thank you.
thanks for the opportunity to talk with you, and we will get another MVP done this night.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Perfect.
Bye.